Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering, off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I'm really glad I was able to find this in a singular volume instead of having to go over there and buy like a full 12-pack. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work. I found some shit to review for you. That's definitely the case today. I thought this item existed, but I wasn't certain. And when I found it, I was very pleased because, again, I was like, cool, I don't have to go there and buy like a little 12-pack. But what is it? Why am I glad? Well, folks, that's because it's the zero sugar version of a drink that I just recently went over there and reviewed. Boom! It is from Mountain Dew. This is their zero sugar Baja Cabo citrus beverage. Natural and artificial tropical citrus punch flavor. So I literally just got through doing the review yesterday of the full sugar version of this. And in order to do that, because I hadn't been able to find these in singular bottles, I had to buy the entire 12-pack. Now, this could be really good, but I'm not typically the biggest zero sugar person, but definitely happy that I found it just as a one-off. But who knows? Maybe I'll like it a lot. Let's get a thing for the thing. Looks like that. And what with this being a Mountain Dew review, it's going to end up in my playlist called MTN Dew Madness. Mountain Dew Madness. That's a playlist for just Mountain Dew reviews. Let's give it a go. I really like the full sugar version, so okay. Smells a little bit less Mountain Dewy than the full sugar, but it still has that like citrus hit. So let's give it a go. Not bad. Not bad. Definitely changes the flavor profile pretty substantially, though. Like I said, it has much less of a straight Mountain Dew flavor. Because with the full sugar version, it was kind of a combination of like kind of a Mountain Dew-esque kind of flavor, sort of, general citrus. The Baja flavor, that kind of cooling, almost mint kind of vibe. And then on top of it, sort of like an extra citrus hit. This definitely lacking the Mountain Dew citrus vibe. Yeah, this feels more like just the Baja and then the citrus on top. It drinks much cleaner. Like, obviously, I mean, I'm guessing it's probably, I'm going to guess aspartame as the sweetener. Let's see if I'm right. I've gotten pretty good at this. Right, aspartame. Figured. So yeah, it drinks very smooth. It doesn't taste as heavy as the full sugar version does. Because it is using, and I've had people comment to the effect of that, what other type of sweetener might be used. Obviously, it's going to carry preference for different people. I typically am pretty okay with aspartame. Maybe that's just because, I've had plenty of diet sodas in my day and they tend to use aspartame. Maybe I just built up a tolerance to it, but like I don't have that big of a grievance with it in comparison to like sucralose, where sucralose I feel like you have to work extra hard to hide that. In this, it doesn't taste like the full sugar version, but I'm not getting any like weird, like, artificial aspects to, well, I mean, it's fucking Mountain Dew. It's all artificial. But, like, it's not overly chemically or anything like that. The aspartame isn't leaving, like, a residual taste or anything. So it actually drinks really smooth and, like I said, really rather clean. There's maybe a little bit of a zero sugar aspect to it from the aspartame, kind of at the very end, but it's definitely less noticeable than if it were like sucralose, I feel. But yeah, that's actually not too bad. It's, well, it does drink cleaner than the full sugar. It is also much less interesting and in general good. It just has less dimension. There's less going on. It really does just taste more like a general sort of citrus punch kind of flavor with maybe sort of a slight element of that Baja, again, sort of almost cooling aspect to it. But there's really no Mountain Dew aspect to it to any substantial degree. And yeah, like, I don't know that I would be able to recognize this as being the zero sugar version of the full sugar version. That's how different the flavor is, in my opinion. But to its credit, there's a little bit of the Baja there, for sure, yeah. To its credit, I don't know that if you didn't tell me it was zero sugar, I don't know that that would be immediately where my brain would go with it. I think I'd be able to pick it out eventually, if I had enough of it, because I think eventually, like, just the little aspects of the aspartame would probably kind of clue me in. But it has a good amount of flavor. It doesn't taste like wonky or anything like some zero sugar drinks do. And the flavor itself isn't bad. It just, like I said, it doesn't really taste that much like the full sugar version. But it's all right. Two questions have to be asked, though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Probably not, and sure. For me personally, I really like the full sugar version of this. Excuse me. I actually think it's one of the more interesting and, excuse me again, more interesting and one of the Mountain Dews that I find that has like a nice personality to it, to the flavor and everything, in terms of some of the more recent Mountain Dews that have come out. So I actually like that one quite a bit. Going from that to this is way too far of a jolt. Like I said, this does not, it really isn't that similar. Like, it has a similar overall profile, but everything about it is just so disconnected from the full sugar version and the things I like about the full sugar version. It's not a bad drink, but it's too far of a step down from the full sugar version. I couldn't see myself getting this again. If I did, if somebody gave me one or something, I wouldn't be unhappy about it. Because, alright, it's, it's fine. It's tasty enough. There's actually not too much in the way of things to dislike about it. However, like I said, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't do the same things that the full sugar version does the way that I like it. It doesn't have that nice, like, really solid citrus edge to it. Yeah. So I think for me personally, while it's not a bad drink, if the full sugar version's available, I'm going to get that. But if I'm recommending it, sure. Especially if you're somebody who's already into zero sugar stuff. My buddy Dan, he's a big fan of zero sugar stuff. This would be right up his alley. I'm sure he would really like it. The only thing is that, again, it's that thing of, if you've had the full sugar version in comparison to this, they really are vastly different in terms of just the depth of flavor and, the complexity of it. But it's not a bad thing to drink. And I think even if you're not into zero sugar, for whatever, if you, let's say you accidentally grab it instead of the full sugar version, it's not bad to drink at all. It's just, I think if you're already on the full sugar end of things, this would probably be a bit too far away from that to feel appropriate. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly Zero sugar if you like it, tastic rest of your life. Because again, some people really like the zero sugar stuff. Follow 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. Make sure you get yourself some good rest and plenty of sleep every night. It's super important. I'm sorry. I'm so zonked out of it. And it sucks because I really want to just go inside and go to sleep. But I've got a fucking dental appointment in a few hours, and it's like, ugh. Is it even worth it to crash for 2 hours? And then, I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. Anyway,